Hey guys, and welcome to another installment of this mythic dungeon series. Today we'll be covering Neltharion. Today we'll be covering Neltharion's Lair. Sorry about the video quality in this. I was lagging a fair bit, but the boss kills were quite clean, so I just wanted to include this video and show that I actually do know how to play sometimes. Anyway, so I am not going to get tongue-tied anymore. Anyway, without much further ado, let's jump right into it. And for the rest of the video, I will be enunciating every single word like this. No, I won't. Anyway, let's go. So the first boss in here is this rock golem guy, and he's got two mechanics. For each of the mechanics you either have to move around or not move around. So with those green smoke cloud things in the ground, basically if they spawn under you, you have to move out of those. And then once he does that, he electrifies the floor and you take damage if you move. So if you get that, don't move. So move out of the green, don't move for the electricity. If you do have things like teleports and blinks, those obviously, because you're not actually moving, you don't actually take damage if you use those. So it's great for a sub-rogue, like I can just blink to the boss and not take any damage during that phase. Something to watch out for might be a warrior's charge. I'm not sure whether that would count as actual walking, so maybe just be wary of that. Again, not quite sure because I don't play warrior, but just something that comes to mind. Anyway, other than that, it's a fairly easy and straightforward fight. There's also adds, just cleave those down, they don't take a lot of damage. And that's the first boss down. So then you make your way into these little barrels and you hobbit it up. Just like in the movies. So the next guy is this Dargle person thing with spikes. Basically, he's got, again, two mechanics. One of them is there will be falling debris from the ceiling. While stand out of that. He also does those hand things, which you saw in the background. Just avoid those, but those usually only target range, so if you have no range, it'll probably just go for the healer, so just avoid those. And then he does this thing where he will hide in one and you have to find which one he's in. So if you can follow along, just go for the one that you know he's in. Otherwise you'll just need to go through all of them one at a time until you find him. So with this one we got it right away and we found him. So the swarm guy has a couple of mechanics that you have to watch out for as melee. There'll be two different types of pools that spawn on the ground. Avoid both of them. Another thing is he'll call minions out depending on how range heavy you are. So if you have two range DPS that are decent, they can probably just get the melee down get the adds down really quickly, and you don't have to worry about it. But if you're more of a melee heavy group like we were, you need to get everyone to switch to the adds, because if the adds reach him, he gets a damage buff. So stay out of stuff, kill adds, and finally he'll target the tank occasionally with this webbing, which he'll try and I guess eat the tank in a way. So what the tank has to do is run away for that, and while that's happening, if for whatever reason the tank messes up and he's not in range, the boss will start attacking melee. So just be wary of that mechanic when that happens to the tank, and run out of his range if the tank doesn't quite avoid. If the tank doesn't do their job properly, basically, without sounding like a cunt. I mean, no C-bombs here. So that's the string mechanic, and this tank was good and managed to avoid it every time, but if he hadn't, we would have needed to run out as the two melee. So the last boss, he's got two major mechanics. So one of them is he'll spawn an ad, and it fixates on a random target. If it fixates on you, be ready to run. Otherwise, just burn down the ad. So that's the first mechanic. And the second mechanic is he will do a magma wave, which is basically that right there. And basically what you do is you move behind these pillars that he'll spawn, but I kind of chose to just ignore it and pop Cloak of Shadows and get more damage in. So you have to kind of look for these little tricks that you can do to maximize damage. So here I got the fixate, so I just ran out of range until the ad died, throw a couple of shuriken, and then blink back in, and by the time the ad reaches me it should be dead. And that's the spike you can see on the right hand side. That's what you would hide behind for the magma wave. And that's that. It's a nice little instance. I enjoy this one. The bosses are pretty well tuned, I think, and quite good fun. Anyway, if you like that, don't forget to like and subscribe and give the big old thumbs up or thumbs down. I don't mind. It's all good. Anyway, have a good night. Cheers, guys.